Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
I never understand when somebody gets caught cheating and then they have a total breakdown. I know it's to make the other person feel bad and take them back, but this woman takes the cake. She is getting caught at this guy's house. She was cheating on her husband, and he had this feeling like this might be where she is. He goes, she's there. She runs out to his truck and throws a tantrum. He's recording it. Record.
Why?
I don't think so.
Why? Oh, good recording. Give it to me. Give it to me.
What recording?
You're making a recording right now of me.
Yes,
Give
I am.
it to me.
You got to leave anyone that sounds like this to begin with.
I know.
Oh, give it to me.
So this can be proven in court.
So he's being very calm. He's not touching her in any way.
Get out of my car. Gary.
No.
Calling the guy over who she was cheating with, Gary.
Please no.
Hi, Joe. You come over.
Man, not a spot to be in. Not a spot to be in. But I want to know, like, if you caught somebody cheating, what happened next? Was there a big to-do like that? She was laying like outside of the truck and then half in, like when you're trying to get snow pants on your kid and they don't want to go outside. That's what she was looking like. Her back was all arched, and she an exorcism was happening, and she was about to crab walk on all fours, and it was all because she got caught. It's like, what do you do at that point? You know, they cried when you caught them. They denied when you caught them.
I don't care how good looking or rich this woman was. When you hear something like this, you have to leave for your own good.
I think so.
Laura, how'd it go down?
Funny story. I never actually caught my now ex-fiance. We weren't even engaged for a month. We were pregnant with my son that I currently have now. I never actually caught him cheating on me with his first baby mama. I always suspected it, though, because, like, as a woman, you just know, like, when going down. Sorry.
That's all right.
God. Okay.
But I actually, everybody in his family knew and decided not to tell me until after he kicked me out of his house, me and my 2-year-old daughter, 19 days before I was due to have our son.
How horrible of a feeling that everybody is in on it. And everybody knows.
No one told me until after he kicked me out of the house.
I was inspired to talk about the moment you caught them cheating. It is probably one of the worst moments in your life. You love this person.
Probably suspected for a while, too.
Probably if you track them down and you know where to find them and you feel like there was somebody. But that's what this husband did. He had his camera phone ready because he caught his wife with her... What are they
Lover?
called? Lover, I guess. Yeah, and she just threw a tantrum.
I
want the world to know.
Why?
I don't think so.
Why?
She sounded hangry there. Kudos to this guy for keeping calm, too.
Oh, yeah.
What recording?
You're making a recording right now of me.
Yes,
Give
I am.
it to me.
I'm just letting you know I'm recording
Give
you.
it to me right now.
So this can be proven in court.
I'm sure she knows that this is not her finest moment. Never fun getting caught doing something you're not supposed to do.
How'd they react, though? I mean, did they melt down like this? Or they just be like, yep, here's the deal?
Or the best is when they're under the covers with the person and they still say, nope, no one's here. I don't know what you're seeing.
Tiana,
and they gaslight you.
how did it go down for you?
So the weird part was I never caught them in the act. I had always suspected it for a very long time. And I had confronted them about it quite a few times. And every single time they're like, ew, no, like this is like my brother, like my sister.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So you guys go to like random trips to the cities just for the hell of it and stay there all damn day. And so it was just always really, like, questioning to me. And he would always want to, like, go to her
Yeah.
And, like, we were all friends at this point. And actually, the worst part is I have a matching tattoo with her.
The worst part is that were you ever invited? Did they ever invite you along? Because I had a really good male friend, but I'd always invite Derek along. You know, we'd go out for our fun nights on the town and stuff like that. Totally innocent. But
how did you catch them then? How did this come to, like, you know, an end if you never caught them?
I actually found out after me and my ex-fiance broke up.
Oh, no.
Because, so I had left him, and then I went to her house to kind of drop some things off because he was over at her house. He was hiding from me over at her house.
What a man.
And so, right? And so then I told her, and I was like, she was kind of in a situation as well, crappy situation.
Okay, hold on, I got you. You can't swear again for a couple more minutes, all right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Just don't at all. And,
sorry about that.
And go.
Right, I got you.
And so he was hiding at her house, and she was kind of in, like, a terrible situation as well. And I was like, hey, like, call me up if you need, like, us to come and help you. Like, basically what my friend did is she came and helped me and kidnapped me, as I call it. And I was like, if you need that, we got you. And literally as soon as I left her house, I tried texting her, and she blocked me.
Oh.
And so that was kind of, like, immediately, like, oh, okay, I see what actually happened.
Yeah. Was that your last communication with her then?
Yep, that was my last communication with both of them.
Good for you. Some people just keep touching that burner, but you just noticed right away that these people are toxic. So I'm glad you got them out of your life.
To answer your question, they never invited me. So they would go to the cities together, and then I would go to the cities with my friend, but it was never with my fiance, ex-fiance. And so even then, it was just kind of like, would not let me go with them.
I would follow. I would do some recon.
It just so happened to be on days that I had to work.
Oh,
that was convenient, huh?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Because we actually all worked at the same place that I knew my schedule.
Oh, my God. You worked at the same place. You got matching tattoos, and then he decides to shack up with her. Are they still together?
From what I know, I don't think he's with anybody.
Well, he deserves everything he gets.
And I have no idea about her.
All right. Well, I'm glad you moved on to bigger and better things. And
I'm glad you're not trying to find them on social media and find out what they're doing at all.
Oh, I never said that.
No.
I know. I was being sarcastic.
All right. Thanks, Tiana.
I was going to say, me and my friend are kind of stalkers.
All right.
So am I. Don't worry about it.
It's bleeding through pretty heavy. I hope you have a great day. You too.
Let's start with some good news.
I've got good news and good news.
Tell them the good news.
Good news?
Good news.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
What's good?
Well, a group of fifth graders, they didn't start this. There was another school that has done this as well, but I love it. I think a lot of people need this number programmed in their phone all the time. Florida fifth graders, they're sending positive vibes through another phone service.
Thank you for calling Milford Schools. When life gives you lemons, call a fifth grader phone line. You are awesome. So all your bad feelings go like Elsa. You look nice today. Be you. You're the best. You are so smart. You are loved.
Oh, that's really sweet. Why are you rolling your eyes? You need Jesus. You really do.
These kids need to be taught math, English.
Yeah, let's leave compassion out of it. Let's leave mental health out of it. God, you're far gone.
If I find out my kid is participating in something like this,
what
I'm
are you
pulling him out of school. I will homeschool him when I get off the radio.
You're the worst. All right. But that is what's good.
It's time for drunk adult or little kid, Kat.
All right. I'm never right. 3
listeners willing to give you a scenario, and you've got to try and figure it out if they did this as a drunk adult or a little kid. Jennifer, if you could get us started, please. Give us the scenario, but don't tell us if you did it as a drunk adult or a little kid before Kat guesses. So what happened to you?
I won $50 singing in a Donald Duck voice impression competition.
Okay. Donald Duck voice impression competition. Did Jennifer win $50 as a drunk adult or a little kid?
Maybe alcohol. Let her inhibitions down. I'm going to say a kid.
Kat's going little kid. Jennifer, you were?
I was a drunk adult at Disney, and they started this contest by a hotel pool, and I'm typically super shy, but not this night. But sadly, the $50 didn't go very far at the Disney gift shop.
Right.
Funny.
Number 2 today. Nicholas. The scenario is...
Well, I fell asleep in a truck that drove 3 states before I woke up.
Oh, my God.
Not driving. He fell asleep in the truck as a passenger, I'm guessing.
All right, then I'm going to say little kid.
3 states before you woke up. You were a drunk adult or a little kid? Tell us about it.
I was a drunk adult.
I'm horrible.
Now, I used to load industrial trucks, so at lunch break, me and my buddy decided that we were going to have us a couple of shots. He was smart. He took the rest of the day off. But me, no, I want to go back to work and get this money.
Okay.
So I tried to hide and sleep it off. I found some blankets in the truck. But, man, I was way drunker than I thought I was. I misread the service order and thought it was to be loaded. I woke up 3 states away from New Jersey, man.
Can you imagine? Just crawling in the cab, somebody crawls in, decides to take off.
Yeah.
You're 3 states away by the time you wake up. You're 0 for 2, Kat.
I know.
Hopefully you can figure out Sandy's.
This has to be a little kid.
Sandra, drunk adult or little kid. Give us a scenario first, please.
I stole egg rolls from a Chinese restaurant and then blamed it on my best friend.
Okay, so you steal the Chinese, the egg rolls from the Chinese restaurant. You blame it on your best friend. You think Sandy did this as a drunk adult or a little kid?
Just have to say little kid. Unless this is rigged and it's all drunk adults.
Drunk adults or little kids, Sandra?
I was a drunk adult.
Oh, my
I stole
God.
egg rolls from a Chinese restaurant at the mall.
Then
the cops found me hiding in a parking lot about a block away. I told them that my friend stole the egg rolls and then gave them to me. But for some reason, they believed me, even though I had to stolen egg rolls in my possession.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend had a prior record, and I didn't. So maybe that's why. She went to jail, and I just got a slap on the wrist.
Oh, my God.
My best friend had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Is that an egg roll in your pocket? Are you happy to see me?
I would just say the easiest crime to commit is to steal food. You just eat it.
It's a victimless crime.
Breathe on me.
Passion.
Yeah.
It's all passion. I want to know an interesting tidbit about you. Now, Kat's going to start, and then I would love for you to call and just give us an interesting tidbit about you. It can be something from your past, from your current. But
So should I save this for another time?
Oh, is that what you were going to do for your tidbit Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you should do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Because I know what this is.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a topic because I've never heard of it before.
Okay, go ahead. Tell everybody what you have.
Okay, I have a lump on my wrist, and it has come and gone for about 2 years, and it'll get really big and hideous, and then it'll like flatten out, and then I won't have it, and then it comes back, and so it's back, and I have my annual today, not a pelvic exam, so that's why I'm in a good mood, but I'm going to ask her about it. So what is it?
It's a Bible bump.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, now, I didn't know what this was until about 2 years ago either, and I had one on like the joint of one of my fingers. All right.
Okay.
So we're at a hockey weekend, and one of the other hockey dads sees me kind of like wincing because what I would do is it would pop up. I could feel like a little bump in a joint, and I would press it. And he goes, "What, do you got a Bible bump there?" And I said, What? And he goes, "It's a Bible bump."
Yeah.
So what it is I'm not sure. It's like a cyst.
It's a gangling cyst.
Yes.
First off.
And what happens, and they call it a Bible bump, and he explained this to me, is because if you had this as a young kid in a Catholic school, the nuns would come by and whack it with a Bible, and then it would your body would re-eat the cyst.
So it's just fluid, and it's nothing like disgusting. It's
So
not going to pour out.
What we need is a Bible, and then I'll hit it.
You think a Bible would survive in here?
Yeah, probably not.
No, probably has one.
Combust.
Cindy up front might have one.
But we got to get somebody to come in and hit you with a Bible in your wrist, and then that thing will go away.
Or she could just tell me what I can do to get rid of it.
You can't sprinkle holy water on it. You can't pray over it. You got to have a certified nun whack you with a Bible.
It's so ugly. I hate it. I try to wear watches so nobody sees it.
But now you have to put 2 bands on it because it's so big.
I know. I hate it. So that's my tidbit for today. You can walk around knowing I have a
interesting thing
hideous
about
lump.
Kat today is that she's got a Bible bump. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Why were nuns so horrible back in the day?
I don't know. My dad told me stories about getting whacked with a big-ass ruler, like a yardstick.
I've heard plenty from my uncles, too, and it's like we're supposed to look at these cute little old ladies.
They had to have discipline. It was a different age, man. People ruled with an iron fist. You can't do it anymore.
Rough.
But you got a Bible, but we got to hit it with a Bible. See, that's an interesting tidbit. Okay. If you would have called and said, yo, I got this Bible bump, we'd have been like, oh, what? You're Bible bump sisters.
Now I know.
Now you can start a support group or something.
We can rub them together
and see what happens.
Make some fire.
What's interesting in your life right now? Got up like 2 this morning. So Trish is in the hospital this week for her chemo. And so that I can leave right after and go see her, I worked out before the show. And I'm on the bike and I'm getting a good sweat going. And I look up and this deer is mad dogging me from my front yard.
Really, rabid?
Yeah, like just standing there. And I did everything. I dropped my water bottle to try and make noise. Mm-hmm. And this deer just stood there and stared at me for the better part of 10 minutes.
Did you do this, like, with your chest?
No, I was too, like, fat guys on bikes riding really, really fast, there's not much, you have to concentrate on what you're doing. Otherwise, you fall off or you get hurt. Oh. And I'm like, how am I going to tell my family I got hurt riding this bike?
They're getting brave. Your city deer are like pandemic babies.
They're
care.
Different. They don't care. They don't care. They know my dog won't catch them. Yeah. They don't care. They're coming up and eating my bushes. And it was just
if
a really,
could flick you off and they had the ability through their hooves, they would.
If they could hoof me off.
Hoof you off. Hoof them off, Max. He's horrible.
A lot of people are texting in, by the way, about the Bible bumps.
Yeah.
This is a thing. Again, until probably 2 years ago, I didn't know what a Bible bump was. And we have several people volunteering to come in and whack Kat with a Bible.
Thank you for the picture, by the way, Heather. She's currently got one.
Yeah.
And then we had Katie say that she gets them throughout her life, different times. And
but is yours always in the same spot?
Yes, it's always been in the same spot.
And I haven't had mine pop up now for a year, probably.
Yeah, I went about a half a year without it, and then it popped up again, and now it's like mostly flat, but it's so ugly. I hate it.
Do you think that other religions find it offensive that we're calling it a Bible bump and not like a crayon bump? Or,
I didn't call it. You did.
You know?
I didn't call it that.
Well,
I had no idea.
I didn't name it. I'm just spreading the word here.
And are we sure? Should we get a nun on the phone and see if that's actually
They don't
the
have
case?
Phones.
Yes,
They're not
do.
allowed to have phones.
They absolutely can use the phone.
I don't think a nun can have a phone.
Yes, they can.
I don't think so.
Now you're spreading that rumor.
Let's begin now.
All right, let's get it. 6:01, and here comes the fun. The Playhouse all over your radio, and welcome to the big show. How's Kat?
I am good. I went to Becker High School yesterday. Was asked to speak about social media in the radio game and how I run mine when it comes to like endorsements and stuff.
What age level was this? Was this like the entire school?
Oh, seniors. So they had some good questions. Big fans of the show. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And so I got a cute little selfie photo on my Facebook story. If you want to check it out.
What I can't handle is that baby blue, though.
What?
I can't do it.
What are you talking about?
Baby blue color.
Well, it's pretty classy. Oh, it's a classic look.
I got nothing against
with
Becker.
The steel gray.
I got nothing against the town or the high school. It's that baby blue color. When it comes to putting your football team in that baby blue is just...
But then when you kick everyone's ass...
I know.
It's kind of like, look over here, and then we're going to kill you.
It just it may be because I've never been part of a really successful program.
Maybe.
But always great colors. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
All right, so you talk to some high schoolers, you change some lives.
Yeah, that was fun. They had a lot of questions. A lot of questions about endorsements. A lot of questions about how to do right by a client. And I did end with everything. Tell them Kat sent you. So they thought it was pretty cool how much you could
They recognized at 17 years of age how you are the queen of endorsements.
Hell yeah. So I said, hold on one moment. This is a phone call for my free quartz that's going in. So C&D Granite was calling me at the same time. And I was like, you just get lucky dealing with amazing clients like that want to show off their product in your house. Like,
I get that from some of my friends too. They're like, you get all this free stuff. I go, listen, I've been working here 16 years trying to build up my name and this show. And if somebody hitches their wagon to our likeness, and they're going to get better product out of it, that's just a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
So it's good, and it's a good fringe benefit. So went and did that, and then what else? Anything else fun yesterday?
Well, Liam only had like 2 days to study his words last week for spelling, and then we were gone. We're gone in Iowa.
On the road for like 17 hours.
True, but we had a hotspot and he had a Switch, and so he Fortnited with friends. So we didn't even bother to do spelling, and so he went into it blind yesterday. Had to do a makeup test, 20 out of 20. So I said, you get queso blanco from Los Ortizes.
Oh, not that you wanted queso blanco. It's just that was his reward.
I was so hungry, only had mango up to that point and a rice cake. And so I was like, let's go get some after school queso blanco. And it's always fun. We have great conversations. Did that, and that's about it. Still can't find my wedding ring.
Whoa, wait.
Like,
Wait,
I can't find my wedding ring anywhere. It's gone.
When did you last see it?
Duluth 2 weekends ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're still kind of turning the house upside down. I feel like it was in my jeans pocket when we left the hotel, so it might be in the washing machine, under the washing machine. I don't know.
Oh.
But it was a big one.
My heart breaks.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure that out.
I lost mine, I don't know, it was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it ended up being just in the, like, everybody's got the drawer in the bathroom where your, like, toothbrush and floss and stuff is.
Yeah.
That's where mine ended up being, because what had happened is it was loose, and so I'd always take it off before I showered, and I had the drawer open, and the cat knocked it into the drawer, and I just went in there and I started brushing my teeth, and it had probably been in there for a couple of weeks.
It's probably somewhere super obvious, and we'll stumble across it when I get a new one. But and then I'll have two.
What if you...
Radio Paparazzi.
We have to start with Will Smith news, of course. He has issued an apology. Here's Shepard Smith breaking that news.
My behavior last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, he writes, but a joke about Jada's medical condition, that's his wife, was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. Sincerely, Will.
All right. The Academy has announced their next move, so I'll have that for you next hour with the 8 o'clock paparazzi. Is he going to lose his award? We'll let you know.
And that's fine. Maybe that's the sacrifice you make for being a dummy on national TV and choosing violence over keeping your head. But what I really, really like is that the woke culture did not get to this.
Yep.
You know what? It wasn't cancel them both. It wasn't that. It was dude got seriously PO'd about somebody else making fun of his wife and snapped. And calmer heads prevailed afterwards, and they seem to have smoothed it over.
But the thing is, Chris Rock had no idea she had alopecia. Like, not everybody watches your Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah. Not everybody knows what your diagnosis is. So to have a beautifully shaped head that has been shaven, which a lot of women have done in Hollywood before, and somebody making a reference to G.I. Jane, it's not like he called you Rosie O'Donnell or anything like that. G.I. Jane was cut. She looked beautiful. So I think that's what he was referencing. He's like, I had no idea she had alopecia.
Just like that, it didn't get too far. Dude got, it was a bad spot.
Yeah.
And everybody apologized, calmer heads, and now nobody's canceled.
Well, another person having to explain themselves is Kim Kardashian. She came under fire earlier this month when they were doing a promo for their new Hulu show. Not sure if you've heard of it. It's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But she said, her quote is, get your bleeping and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days, in reference to women wanting to be successful.
Having a social media presence and being on a reality show does not mean overnight success. You have to really work hard to get there, even if it might seem like it's easy and that you can build a really successful business off of social media. And you can if you put in a lot of hard work. And it wasn't a blanket statement towards women or to feel like I don't respect the work or think that they don't work hard. I know that they do. So it was taken out of context, but I'm really sorry if it was received that way.
Okay, well, there you go. But there is some truth to it. Get up and make things happen for yourself.
If you want to be successful, you have to work at it. Very few people just fall ass backwards into a life of success.
Yeah.
You got to put in the work.
Nick Lachey lost his cool. He was confronted by a photographer, a female photographer, the other night, and he says he clearly overreacted overreacted.
Why are you so mad for? Golly, I'm a girl. I'm just a photographer.
Why is he so thin?
Golly.
Yeah, why are you so rude to hit in the window? But why are you hitting the window? Why are you being so mean?
Because why are you
used to
taking
be a
pictures
cool
of people on
guy.
the street?
I'm a photographer. I'm looking for celebrities. I thought you were a
So
celebrity.
you brought some.
I think you're drunk.
We're
I
here.
can smell your alcohol.
We're here.
But why are you being so mean?
What's going on, Nick?
Still the worst. You guys are still the worst.
Why are you swinging at girls, bro? Should be ashamed of yourself, Nick.
Still the worst.
You're still the worst. Then he gave him the double bird, which is funny as hell.
What's he got to lose right now?
Nothing. He's got a hot wife. He's got a family. He hosts everything under the sun. And he did not take a swing at this photographer.
You can kind of feel the culture shifting on these paparazzi people. They're like, just leave them alone.
Yeah. Blowing out their candles today, we have Lucy Lawless, kind of the 50s club. Lucy Lawless is 54. Blues Traveler star John Popper is 55. And Elle McPherson, the model, is 58.
They just did this research project about the most stressful and the least stressful states to live in. Minnesota's number 2 on the least stressful states to live in.
Wow. That is amazing.
The only state, and when they put in all these factors, obviously, the only state that came out ahead of Minnesota as being less stressed is
Hawaii.
Utah.
Utah?
Utah.
Man, I feel like that's a stressor. Wondering if your husband's going to take another wife. Can't have a cocktail without people looking at you sideways.
Maybe they're used to the judgy.
Maybe.
But Minnesota, number 2 in the ranking of least stressed out states. So I thought, let's do this. I'm not looking to make you stressed, but I'm going to give you a chance to vent a little bit. Won't read any names on the air. Just want you to text us with what has you stressed the most. So if you were to text us at 251-1047-CAT, the thing that has you stressed right now in your life the most is?
How dirty my car is. And I am not trying to say I don't have any other stressors, but what is the main stress in people's lives? Probably money, right? And when you have your finances in order, things tend to fall into place. So if you could do that for yourself, like I did, and got my finances in order, and now we just have regular bills, like other things just seem so menial. So I would say how dirty my car is.
So just giving you a chance to vent a little bit since Minnesota's really not that stressed. You're living here. You're listening to the show. Maybe you are stressed about something. What's your big stress point? Text it to us.
I think everyone is feeling what this woman is feeling in this clip when she goes to check out her groceries and finds out that her eggs are $8.
$8 for eggs? Does eggs come from Ukraine? Why? $8 for a packet of eggs? That's insane.
If you need eggs, get them.
I'm not paying $8 for eggs. I'm sorry.
That's outrageous.
That's why people are starting to urban farm.
Exactly. And we got a text from Teresa says, anything organic in the grocery store. Can't wait for farmers markets. Steal of a deal all summer long.
Right on.
For sure. And can't get more organic than right from a farmer's field.
You had to replace any wood lately?
I have not.
Lumber is stupid. So,
it is.
My daughter's graduating here this year, and so one of the things that I did a couple of days ago is I did like a hardcore look at our deck. We've got this giant deck off the back of our house.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of boards that are rotted out. One of them's like a railing. And I had to go in and get pressure-treated lumber. And I got 4 boards hanging out the back of my truck. It was $82.
That's insane.
I'm like, you're killing me, man.
All the houses that are going up in my development, they will like triple chain and then they weigh it down with some weights.
Yeah.
And then I feel like they even might have cameras out there because, I mean, they have a lot of wood
Lumber
just sitting
is
out there.
silly right now. And again, I had a friend who works in finance, and he said, I have this client, and they were building a $500,000 house. And they had, before the lumber got really crazy, they had their contractor dialed in. All they were doing is waiting for the, other jobs to get done. And by the time that happened, the contractor came back and said, guys, it's going to be $730,000.
Oh.
The lumber prices went up that much. And they're like, we can't afford to build a $750,000 house. We were stretched the way it was at a $500,000. We can't afford this. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you.
I literally see the appeal of tiny houses.
They bought the plot.
Yep.
They got their lot, and now they can't afford to put up the house they want. And their contractor started giving them all these other options. Well, you could drop it down to 8-foot ceilings, and you could. They're like, well, you can't you can't ever get that back.
Yeah.
If you build a house with 8-foot ceilings and your desire was 9 foot, you can't ever expand it up. Like, you can change out your hardware or your granite or stuff like that, but you can't, like, make your ceilings higher when you got the money.
I know.
And they were just like, they were bummed because they were in the neighborhood they wanted to be, and then they just sold the plot of land.
Terrible spot. So, aside from the obvious, gas, toilet paper, those are very expensive, obviously. But what do you feel is just too expensive? Mine, that really hits hard, are my big butt underwear that I sleep in.
Whoa.
They went from, get this, probably, I don't know, 6 years ago, $8.97. Now $14.97.
Oh my gosh.
That is crazy inflation on the same fabric. The packaging isn't better. I don't have someone that comes with me and puts my panties on for me.
Knowing that they're that much more expensive, will that increase your wipe game?
It has. I've really stepped it up. I want to make sure that I can get as much time out of these panties as possible. But yeah, it's like I get so mad. I'm like, these are so comfortable, and I have to pay through the nose for them.
How many do you get, by the way, for the $15?
6.
It's all right.
All
it's still a
rolled
pretty
up.
decent value. It's $2.50 a panty.
Yep. From Victoria's Secret's sister, Bertha. Bertha's Secret.
This is probably your grandma right now.
$8 for eggs? Does eggs come from Ukraine?
Why?
$8 for a packet of eggs? That's insane.
If you need eggs, get them.
I'm not paying $8 for eggs. I'm sorry.
Gas is stupid expensive. Eggs, stupid expensive. Lumber, stupid expensive. Jim texted in, I got to stop smoking. They're $10 a pack.
Absolutely. Well, every time the Great American Smokeout comes around, we do the calculation of how much you could save. I mean, a trip to Bora Bora a year is what you could take.
How about just not dying early?
And listen,
You know?
this is not two non-smokers preaching. I don't smoke, but I did. And I understand how hard it is to stop smoking. So just take that first leap. In reference to what that old woman was saying, in 1950, eggs cost 60 cents, or they were free if you lived on a farm.
Yeah.
And odds were pretty good that you lived on a farm. So I'm sure sticker shock for that.
How's JC this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's stupid expensive in your life right now?
Feminine hygiene products.
Oh.
Yes. And they are a necessity. Like,
Why are they not free? Why are they
I
not
don't know why they're not free. I think the government needs to give us a stipend monthly.
So I don't want to get too much into your personal life, JC, but like if you have to buy a box of tampons, how much are they?
Like $12.
Do you go organic? Is that what you're doing?
No.
That's for regular?
Yeah, that's like a bulk pack, like one of the bigger packs.
Do you go name brand or Up and Up? Because I feel like Up and Up would have a better.
Whatever I can get.
Yeah.
Is there a shortage?
No, it's just like.
Not that I know of.
And there's no real difference unless you're allergic and you have to get organic or a special kind. But I mean, there is a big difference between Up and Up and then a name brand like Playtex.
So my dog will occasionally, if my wife leaves the box open, she'll rip the box open and start eating the unused ones,
Yeah.
right? And so I should get really mad at the dog now because this is
eating money.
It's pissing money away pretty fast.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
I
Well,
totally agree with you.
I guess it's only good you need it once a month, right?
I wonder when it's going to happen, when the government is going to wise up and say, sorry, we're making you pay for that.
Here's the problem.
Their breath over it.
I know.
The problem is you got a whole bunch of really over-righteous middle-aged white dudes that are going to go, oh, well, then what do I get for free?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's
Well,
going to
when
happen
you get
there.
your period, you call us and you let us know how much we owe you. So.
Yeah.
All right, this got weird quick. Thanks, JC. Have a great day today.
We should do that.
too, bye.
You know, we're
So-
paying for people's gas. Let's pay for people's tampons.
Pay for your period?
Yeah, we're going to pay for your period. Have a happy period, always. And we'll get you the really nice kind because you deserve it. I think we should stew on that.
Listen, I'm willing to open up the Playhouse checkbook if this is something enough listeners want. If you think it's not in good taste, here's what I want. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I just want you to text yes or no. Would you be interested in a Playhouse giveaway?
You know when we need to do it is October 10th because that's National Period Day. There are so many things that are just too expensive. I said coffee, my big butt underwear. We had JC just call in and say feminine hygiene products are way too expensive.
Are they way more than they were even 5 years ago?
Absolutely. And it's outrageous that it's not free. And so we just kind of said, hey, we should do a day where we just give you free stuff that you need for that time of the month. And I looked it up. October 10th is actually menstruation day, whatever, National Period Day. And so we said, would you want to get what you need for free? We had all yeses until we got to a woman named Angela who said no. So she's the only no.
She said it's absolutely repulsive and disgusting.
Over
if we gave away tampons.
150 yeses. Yeah, she says it's a family show.
Everybody's got their opinion. We honor it. Thanks for texting in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
We're still going to do it. Maybe you take that day off, girl. I love you. I'm so glad that you listen. We're not coined as a family show. I don't think we've ever coined ourselves as a family show. We enjoy if you listen with your kids. And
we're over half a year away from this. You know that? There's no way. There is no way we're going to remember to do this.
I will remember to do this, and I promise you, and I make this promise and vow to all the women that said yes via texting.
All right, well, here's what I need you to do then. If you're listening to this right now, I need you to go to your calendar, and I need you to fast forward to, you said October 10th?
Yeah.
October 10th is, that's only 12 days before my birthday. That is a Monday. It's also Columbus Day, Kat.
We work.
Pat, our cleaning and Indigenous Peoples Day. Pat, our cleaning lady, comes that day. We have a KCLD staff meeting that day. We do music selection that day. Pretty packed already. Are you sure we can squeeze in free tampon day?
That is quite a busy dance card, but yes, I think we can.
Okay. Everybody go to your calendars. Just put in a new event and put Playhouse. What are we calling this?
We have absolutely disappointed Angela, she says.
Yeah. Well, get in line behind my wife and my kids and my parents and most of my teachers, everybody else I played any sport with, and anybody I currently coach.
So,
the good Lord didn't bless me with good looks.
Nope.
Intelligence. Any kind of filter.
Right.
Not much athletic ability. Not a very good parent or husband. But one thing I can do, though, is just by the sound of your voice, I think I can correctly predict your bra size. We've done this before. If you haven't been part of it, it's probably not as dirty as you think it is. Really, you just got to say hi and tell me your name. Good morning.
I was wondering if you wanted to guess my bra size.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I really just need your first name. That's all that I need to go on here.
Okay, Shayna.
Shayna, like Shayna. Shayna, am I hearing you right?
You got it.
Yeah, this is pretty easy. You ready for it?
Okay.
You're a 32A?
I have nothing.
Oh, wow.
Wow, good work.
Right. And now, what I like to ask people about this is, like, are you happy with what you have, or is this something you desire to get changed?
Sometimes I'm happy about it, but I do talk about getting them a little bit bigger sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird. Women's that area of a woman's body, it's like, do you want to know if the grass is greener on the other side, you know?
And honestly, I really don't think it is. It's kind of nice. I'm not wearing a bra right now, and I'm going to school.
I can tell you, my back hurts constantly.
Radio Paparazzi.
She is my spirit animal right there. That is exactly what I'm like. All right, so the organization behind the Academy Awards, they're already open to getting things right, setting things straight for up-and-coming award shows, like how to act.
The Academy condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show. We've officially started a formal review around the incident and will explore further action and consequences in accordance with our bylaws, standards of conduct, and California law.
Actions and consequences could be he's never invited back, could be them pressing charges for Chris Rock. Chris Rock has said he doesn't want to. I don't know. Or just taking away his award accolades. I don't know. I don't know what's in store for him. But in a TikTok just days before the award show, this is what Jada Pinkett said.
I don't give two craps what people feel about this bald head of mine, because guess what? I love it.
So, yeah. But it's also a husband. She probably said, you overreacted, man. Why would you do that? Like, why would you go up and physically assault somebody?
She didn't go say,
no, she didn't
hit him.
She's truly the victim in the whole thing, in the sense that she felt attacked by somebody's joke in front of millions and millions of people, 15 million to be exact. And then her husband does what he did. So despite her Latin heritage, Camila Cabello, she has a very controversial opinion. And I'm just going to say, I'm on her side.
Here's something I think is a little controversial. I feel like I only like breakfast burritos. I don't like the lunch, like rice and beans, like the real burritos. I don't even know why I'm saying burritos. It's burritos.
Burritos. If you had to choose today.
Breakfast
Breakfast burrito.
Oh my God. And I make them so well. I'm very good at making breakfast burritos.
We have a panini press, and I do it that way.
Really?
I put it in there. I spray some olive oil on there, and then just press it away.
Olive
Ooh,
oil?
I'm hungry.
You'll never say olive oil if you listen to the end of our show again.
Yes,
I promise.
you will. All right. Jessica Alba on with Kelly Clarkson, and I love that she does this. Self-care Sundays are her routine.
Definitely a bath.
I love a bath.
And it's definitely there's crystals involved.
Yeah.
I'll listen to a meditation.
You just sent out one of those bath balls. It's like myrrh. It smells so good. I cannot wait to take a bath with that.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's this calming, and I put on a face mask.
Yeah.
And sometimes my kids will join in.
Yeah.
It's just a nice thing to do where it doesn't feel like, oh, that's mom's thing, and or else I'll get, resistance. But I'm like, join me in Self-Care Sunday, guys.
Self-Care Sunday.
Let's not scream at each other.
That's great. Show your kids how to treat themselves. Blowing out their candles today, Lucy Lawless is 54, and Miss Elle McPherson still looking fabulous at 58.
So weird.
Weird stuff. Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
I wouldn't consider it weird to have something delivered to your house on accident, maybe one time, maybe a couple of times, but 15 times, 15 different pairs of shoes arrived at this woman's Illinois house.
They're really funny. They're really, really, really tacky. Between 15 and 20 pairs of shoes, yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if they shipped size 11 Birkenstocks? I am frustrated with this situation because it keeps repeating itself. They don't want the shoes back, and I don't want them either.
She's dreaming of Birkenstocks arriving at her house. Jen? Is that Jen?
Doesn't sound like your mom.
My mom has dreams like that, I'm sure. That's Simone Boutet of Oak Park, Illinois, that got 15 pairs of some of the ugliest shoes, like Hot Topic-y.
Do you think
kind of
people were
shoes
just
with studs on them?
goofing on her?
I think maybe they just sent them to the wrong address.
Just like a computer malfunction?
But it made the news. That's how slow the news was in Illinois.
You don't
the other
hit
day.
somebody at the Oscars. Apparently, you just got to ship some ugly shoes.
I guess so. And that is what's weird.
Your car been in the shop lately?
It has not, but it will be going in for an oil change and full detail.
There it is.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people will do the spring detail, too, because of all the crap that you drag in during the winter. I saw that this is the top car repair needs that we're likely to ignore.
Okay.
My wife's car has been in the shop since Thursday, and nobody's called us about it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it in for?
Well, it had some stabilization issues where basically it would just kind of start shaking a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so she took it in, and they're like, yeah, we're going to need to look at this and this. And this was Thursday. And
really?
Friday, nobody called. Saturday, yesterday. It's just there. Anyways, so here are the things that we're ignoring the most. If you're like a normal person, don't ignore replacing old brakes. When they start kind of pulsing or squealing, replace them so that you don't have a bigger cost down the road.
Yes.
Number 2, replacing old windshield wipers.
What do you mean?
Like if they start streaking, that means they're shot. Get new ones.
Oh, so many people just wait and wait, and then it scratches your glass. The worst sound.
And the numero uno, checking to see if your battery needs to be replaced.
How do you even do that?
Well, you can get most places I know, like Batteries Plus.
You can go in and they can tell you how much life is left.
They'll walk you out and they'll see how much juice is left in there, and then you'll at least know because batteries aren't cheap. But I have because of our pontoon and our jet ski and stuff, I have battery chargers that have the voltage right on there. So I'll throw it on all of the vehicles in my household every once in a while, just make sure that it's not dipping too low because that's the worst. You go, you head to Walmart or Target and you got a whole bunch of groceries in the back, and then all of a sudden,
or you come back from the party plane to paradise and it's 40 below, and a blizzard.
That did happen to you guys, didn't it?
It doesn't.
So if this is just a gentle reminder to get your car in wherever you got to go, do that.
Walmart planning to stop the sale of cigarettes at some of its stores. The locations currently include California, Arkansas, Florida, and New Mexico. The reason is not because they don't want to sell cigarettes to people. It's just that they need more room for self-checkout registers for you to check out yourself when you have a cart full of stuff that's overflowing and there's nobody to check you out. I feel like you should get money
I feel
off.
like Walmart
for doing
didn't
that.
have to give us an excuse of why they wanted to stop selling cigarettes. How about because I don't want to contribute to killing people?
But that's not the reason. They just want more room.
I know.
And those cigarette areas take up too much room, I guess, with the smokes. 3 people have been killed in a large pileup on Interstate 81 in Pennsylvania. I was watching this. This is a clip from a guy named Mike Moy, who was standing to the side of the road.
It's snow and fog mixed together.
You couldn't
and
see
it
one in front
made
of the
the
other.
visibility down to 0.
Here it comes.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
So if you were expecting anything from Amazon, by the way, there were like 5 massive semis with Amazon smiles on the side. And you could not see the next one coming. There were people hiding in the woods because you just didn't know how
They knew they
far
were
those
going to get.
vehicles
Oh, my God.
were going to get pushed. Just crazy that they're dealing with that weather right now. And that is the 4 before you hit the door.
It's officially wedding season. Once we get into spring, everybody decides they want to get married. It's a little tougher to find a venue, usually a little bit later in the summer. So as you're going through the stack of wedding invites you may be dealing with right now, you look at them very, very closely. We got this text from Tracy, and she was just kind of venting about the rule on the wedding invite for one of her friends. Tell everybody what it said.
Nobody can take any pictures or post them on any social media or anything unless they're approved by the professional photographer. Like, they have to be basically taken, I guess, by the photographer.
I feel like these are rules that Ben and J-Lo will have. Are they Ben and J-Lo?
Oh, my God.
No, not at all.
So they're just being divas. You can't post any pictures of, and when you get dressed up for a wedding, you want to take photos. You want to capture that because most of the time you look like a dumpster fire.
Yeah, like they're being so Hollywood about it. It's really weird. Like, I don't know.
Kat, let me ask you real quick, and I appreciate you giving us some clarity and something to go on here. Were there any rules on your wedding? Because I didn't read the invite. I just showed up.
Yes, I saw that. And there were no rules. No, it was just kind of like a relaxing day. But I did just get done with a 4-day wedding weekend.
4 days.
Just hours ago.
That is so much to ask from people.
I can't even tell you how tired I was on Sunday. There was like, we had a page and a half each. Like, I had my duties, Derek had his duties, Judy and Rance had theirs. I mean, everybody had a place to be like every hour. It was a bit crazy.
Do for 4 days though? I mean, like, what was it?
There were dinners, there were pictures, there was the groomsmen dinner, there was going and watching the bride do her hair. I don't know. There was a lot. But she did have one rule, and Derek was not happy about it. It was no kitschy dances at the wedding reception.
Also, they didn't have like electric slide or anything?
You know him.
Oh
like
my
he
God.
was like, I'm sorry, what? She goes, yeah, I just don't like those.
Doesn't matter what you like. Let your audience have fun.
She goes, you are going to hear a lot of Korean music. Like, she's a big into like Korean dance music,
She
pop
Korean?
music. She and all of her bridesmaids, they were in Korea for like 2 years together.
Oh, okay.
And so she really loved that part and wanted to incorporate it into her wedding, which I think is beautiful. But to not do the Cupid shuffle at a wedding, is it even a wedding? And so Derek had a tough time with that. But
I can't think of any wedding I've ever been to that, other than I did have a cousin, and I was like a groomsman in her wedding, and the rule was no drinking before the wedding. And she had a 10 a.m. Saturday wedding.
Wow. Okay.
And we got hammered before the wedding.
Why? Why didn't you listen to her?
It wasn't
her big day.
me. It was a peer pressure thing. It was my other cousin and a couple of the other groomsmen who knew a guy. The bar that we drank at was 2 blocks from the church. So everybody got there, did the pictures. And then one of the groomsmen knew the guy that owned the bar. He's like, hey, can you open real quick for us or whatever? And by the time we walked over there, it was like shots lined up all around the bar.
Oh, my God.
And so
gross.
everybody threw down a few and then wandered back to the church. And unhappy parents, grooms or bridesmaids. The bridesmaids were PO'd because they got left out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you definitely don't want a mad mom of the bride. Like, that, there's no fury worth dealing with that.
Heard from Tracy, who basically told us she's going to this wedding, but she noticed on the invite it says
Nobody can take any pictures or post them on any social media or anything unless they're approved by the professional photographer. Like, they have to be basically taken, I guess, by the photographer.
Now, to me, this is suspect because doesn't everybody want fun pictures of their wedding to be posted on Instagram?
Yeah, but every bride wants perfect photos. Like, you don't want to have yourself as the bride in the background. You got, like, the triple chin and you're laughing at a relative, you know? Like, that's lives
real.
out there for anybody.
That's real.
Yeah, it may be real, but, like, on that day, you just want perfection. So I don't think it's the weirdest rule that's been out
on
there.
your big day, you had a small amount of people there. We all got on the boat.
Yep.
Before we were served cold food and the ceremony happened, were there any rules to that day that you gave your guests? Because I don't remember getting any rules.
No, I didn't give any rules. Like, I just wanted to partay, and the cold food was not my problem.
Yeah, and then the food got cold, and it was just a bust, and it was just like,
I've never heard of a bride being responsible for the food.
Who's responsible for it?
The person that runs the boat.
Yeah.
And said they were going to light the burners
Pay
before
for
the
it?
ceremony. I did. Kelsey texted that my cousin made all her bridesmaids wear flats so she could be the tallest.
Oh, I've heard of this before.
So the bridesmaids in the wedding that I was just at this past weekend, there were probably 4 of them that were over 6 feet tall.
Jeez.
And they had
Like
to
a
walk
whole
with
volleyball
Derek.
team?
Derek had to walk with one of them. He came up to like her rib cage.
They should have carried him like a baby.
I know.
This is from Taylor. She said, no trucks with loud exhaust.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when you leave, you know, you get in the limo or you get in your party bus or whatever, there's always those 2 guys with Confederate flags in the back of their truck. And
Yeah. Unless it's the theme of your party and everyone's wearing, like, camo vests and stuff like that, then...
And your dad's in a rocking chair with a gun.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Avery texted in, no weed. My now husband is a huge stoner, and so are all his friends. We had no weed at the wedding.
I'm going to apologize to all the brides out there that you even have to put that out as a request.
It's a lifestyle for some people, and I think they
Like,
want to do it before any social interaction.
Read the room. Potheads are so selfish. They really are.
Jenna texted in, you know that movie Tag? We had to have no tag at our wedding because my husband and his friends play it. Now, can you imagine? I mean, because you've seen the movie, right? And at the end, when what's-his-name is getting married, they back away and he goes flying through there, right? Can you imagine your wedding being disrupted by your husband's idiot friends trying to tag him in the most holy of ceremonies in your life?
Oh, my God. I would just kill somebody.
Every time I watch that movie, I wish I would have had that with my college buddies.
Yeah. So all the guys in the wedding this weekend are frat guys because my brother-in-law went to Theta Chi at Drake, and he was the president. So they're all like, they did this chant at the end, and they all got together, and it was like their brotherly chugga, 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 and they threw in an MF.
Oh,
and
no.
we was just like, oh, my God, the mother of the bride was just like, what the heck is going on?
You can't edit
with
it
the
down.
zoo?
It's a tradition.
I guess.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.